I'm getting my F1 card together.
Okay. Good plan.
I'm sorry, didn't call Betty. Go ahead. I turned her off, but she was
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give a quick race update from our club race that happened at Smith Falls yesterday. Yesterday being the 2nd of March 2025. It was a great day, but a long one. But that's a good thing because we had over 90 entries from over 40 drivers, which was a record day for attendance for the Ottawa Radio Controlled Car Club. So great news there, but it did make for a long day. The drivers' meeting started at 9 in the morning, and then we ended up rolling out of there around 6 o'clock. So quite a bit of a long day, and quite fatigued by the end, which I'll get to as it pertains to my 21.5 touring car. But it was a lot of fun, and all the cars were driving really well. First off, just want to update everybody on how the Radio Master ERLS system worked in all three of my cars. So I'm running the 5-channel receiver in the USGT car and in the touring car, and then I'm running the 3-channel receiver in my GT12 X-Ray X12. Everything worked flawlessly. I don't know if it was placebo or if it was real, but I felt much more connected to the cars, much better control overall. So definitely a huge win there with respect to the ERLS upgrade for the Radio Master. So that's a good thing. I also, I don't think I mentioned it in previous videos, but took delivery of some extra transponders. That was a huge thing as far as my workflow in the pits. Before I had to switch the same transponder between all three cars. That just made for a little bit of extra work, and once in a while I would forget to make that swap, and then when it came time to check in before a race, no transponder, and sometimes I would miss out on a race. So thanks to MT Hobbies for delivering me some extra transponders, making that less of a hassle. Finally, what I want to talk about today is the performance of my USGT car. So first off, as always, the 21.5 touring car, this thing drives like it's on rails. I'm running Hootie tires on this car. This thing is just a rocket. It rides like it's on rails. Extremely predictable and a lot of fun to drive. Did really well in my B main heat. I think I finished 4th, which was great for me, making it into the B out of 3 separate heats, so great there. The USGT car, on the other hand, while it still is performing well, I'm starting to gradually see a degradation in handling, especially in high-speed sweepers. It's getting twitchier and more difficult to handle. And what I don't want to start doing is chasing down setup, because it was working before. So I've had it on the setup station a couple of times. I've confirmed all of the suspension geometry and making sure I'm not missing anything or anything has come loose. But one thing that's starting to grab my attention is the condition of the tires. So these are the older foam insert USGT tires. And as you can probably tell from this footage here, and apologies for the fan noise, I'm storage charging my 1S batteries there. What you can see is, and I'll just bring it up to the camera a little bit better. Look how rounded these tires are getting from the ballooning that these guys tend to do at higher speeds. So just hold it up close here. You can see how much rounder they are compared to, here's a relatively new belted USGT tire. So a considerable difference. So I think I'm losing some traction because of the condition of these tires. And despite the fact that I've got quite a bit of tread remaining, I think the rounding as a result of the ballooning is starting to degrade their performance. So I think I may make the transition permanently to the belted USGT tires. At least try them out next time and see how they perform. I've driven this car on black carpet with these tires as they were mandated for that race at Phoenix. So it's kind of hard to compare how this car drives on gray carpet with the rounded ballooned tires versus on black carpet, which is super high grip. So I'm going to try these tires out next time and see if there's any improvement. You can definitely feel the difference as far as, like, you know, these things feel pretty loose. And I'm also developing the ring of death, which is common with these tires as you know, side loading during high speed sweepers tends to shift the foam inserts, and now I'm getting that line wear. whereas these tend to be a bit more durable. You can definitely see they're more square, so ideally more surface area or contact patch, as you would say. So I'm going to try to see how those perform. What I'll also note too is that I was running the gravity treaded tires in the GT12 class, which are allowed. There were still a few cars out there with the SJT slicks, and this car performed very well. It was very competitive. I think I finished 4th in my heat against some other relatively quick racers. So I'm going to stick with these for now. I think these are the way forward for most races, with the exception of a few which still mandate the SJT tires, but I'm going to keep this as is. I've got the ride height set for these tires, so I don't want to be switching back and forth and resulting in having to set up the car every time I switch tires. So I'm going to commit to these treaded rubber ones for now, unless I absolutely have to make the switch for a handout SJT tire, for example. So overall, it was a great weekend. The cars are driving really, really well. I love this touring car. I'm getting used to that class. It's a quick car. It drives like it's on rails. USGT is still performing well, but I think I'm going to make the transition to these belted tires and see if that makes a difference with the degrading performance as a result of these older tires. And then GT12 is always a great class, gentlemanly racing, a lot of fun up on the driver's stand as those cars make their way around the track. So just a quick update. Thanks for watching. I'm going to take a quick hiatus from racing for about a month. I've got some work travel coming up, so I won't see a track again until mid-April. But what I will note is one of my fellow racers, John, who runs the Net Cruiser YouTube channel, he was in the same heat as me in the B main in touring car, and he captured a lot of race footage. So hopefully if that video gets up in the next couple days, I'll put a link to that video in the comments. Please check out John at Net Cruiser RC and see how him and I kind of traded blows in the B main for 21.5 touring car. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.